fishing is an activity that has been passed down from all of our ancestors for many generations. It keeps us connected to the outdoors, and in many people's eyes, it's an escape from everyday life. My name is Jake with Inline Outdoors, and today we're going to be going over my complete beginner's guide to fishing. Now, we're going to be breaking down what I believe to be the top 5 things to get you out on the water to start catching fish. So the first thing you're going to want to look for when you're trying to get fishing for your very first time is your gear. Okay, you're going to need a fishing pole. Now what I would recommend is a spinning reel combo. You can go to your local outdoors or sporting goods stores and you can look for what they have there. Most of the times your combo setups are going to be cheaper, you know, than if you were to pair a reel with a rod. Now, for those of you that are just getting started and you're completely brand new at fishing, getting an expensive setup probably isn't going to do a lot of good for you. You really just want to get something that's going to catch the fish for you. What that would be is a spinning reel, and then I would look for a rod that pairs up with a spinning, okay, and I would look for a 6-foot, you know, probably 6-inch rod. I don't think you have to go much bigger than that. And then like a medium action, like medium fast action rod, something along those lines. This one here, it's an Eagle GT. And this is a 6-foot, 6-inch medium fast action rod, and it can cast up to 3/4 inch lures, which is more than enough for if you guys are just getting started. Okay, so the number 2 thing that you're gonna need to figure out which line you wanna put on your reel, okay? Now there's really only 2 options here that I would recommend going with. It's not a big difference. It's gonna mostly just be preference and that kind of thing once you get fishing more. But your options is pretty much going to be monofilament or braid. Both of these will be just fine. 10 to 15 pound test will do everything that you need it to. If you're planning on just catching smaller fish like bluegills and crappies and that kind of thing, you can probably go a little bit lighter, maybe even like a 6 or 8 pound test. I use a lot of braid for like bass fishing and that kind of thing. But if you do want to fish with braid, you could get away with going up to a heavier line like 20 pound test, but you really don't have to. I also did want to mention, if you guys get any value out of this content, please hit that subscribe button so you can see more content like this in the future. So number 3 on this list is going to be what tackle and what bait should I use. Now, with these methods, I believe that you guys will definitely be able to catch fish with them. So when in doubt, if you don't know what to fish with, just use live bait. Use live bait like night crawlers right here, minnows or leeches, okay? These are always good options for catching fish, and you can attach these to a plain hook right here. I have a number 4 Octopus style hook. Okay, these are going to be your best friend. I'm a major component of just using a smaller hook. I don't think the big hook helps a lot. So a couple of split shots about a foot up on your line will be perfect, and then just rig it up with a bobber. Start a few feet down and work your way down the deeper you find the water is. Now, along with that, you guys can also use a little jig head with a little Mr. Twister tail. Or if you're looking for any kind of plastic bait, you can also put this on pretty much just about any small jig head. The smaller the better. You know, you don't have to use a super large jig head for these guys. That is what I would highly recommend. If you guys really want to go catch some bass, this here is going to be your most simple method to catch bass all year round. Okay, now it's called Texas rigging. It's this little hook. It's called a Texas rigging hook. You can find them at any, you know, bait shop or outdoor store, anything like that. So that's for actually rigging up your plastic bait that you're going to use for bass fishing, okay? This is what it's going to look like when it's all rigged up. It's completely weedless, so you can fish it just about anywhere. And what it does is it kind of just floats down to the bottom really slow like, and the bass can't resist, okay? So if you get these Gary Yakamoto baits, these are probably my favorite. It's a 5-inch Yamasenko worm right there. This one is watermelon with cream color, okay? There's so many different options that you guys can use, but any of these are gonna work. You can also go like power bait. These guys are super cool because it has a little tail on the end, so if you know the worm isn't working, you can always have different options in your arsenal to catch fish. Okay, so number 4 would be, where do we fish? Okay, the biggest question that we all have when it comes to fishing is, where are the fish biting? Well, this question can easily be answered on where to go fishing if you just go on like Google Maps. Okay, look at some bodies of water around you. I used to live in Iowa, and when I was down there, it was a lot of pond fishing. So I would get on Google Maps, I would look at some ponds near me, and if I thought that they, looked like a decent sized body of water, I would continue to do my research into that. And one excellent way you can do that is, if you guys have a smartphone, download the app FishBrain, and they have some really powerful tools you can use. You can actually pull up a map of FishBrain, and from there you can look to see what bodies of water people are catching fish, because it'll show you pictures of what they're catching. People can post pictures on there. Now, this is a good starting point for you guys, because if you're just getting into it, you probably don't have a lot of knowledge as to which lakes are the best or which ponds are the best in your area. This is a very good starting point. Like, a lot of the times, if I see a pond that has 300 or 400 posts on it with pictures of fish, that's something I'm definitely looking at, because that means there's probably fish there. Now, another great option for you is, if you're surrounded by a lot of lakes like I am now in southwestern Minnesota. There's a lot of lakes in my area, so what I'll do is I'll get on Google Maps and I'll check out some of the lakes around me, but after that, I don't stop and just go to that body of water. I'll actually go onto like a DNR website, and I'll kind of look at what some of the stuff that they have going on. Like, what do they say about the lake? Is it weedy, rocky? What kind of fish are there? That's going to give you information as to what kind of fish are in that body of water. If there's a lot of bluegills or a lot of bass or a lot of walleye, that's going to tell you, hey, this might be a lake I want to try. Okay, coming in at number 5, we're pretty much wrapped up with everything that we need. Number 5 is to simply go fishing. Once we have all of our gear, tackle, and bait, pick your body of water and go fishing. Don't get discouraged if you don't catch a bunch of fish on your first time out. Fishing takes practice and patience, but if you guys stick with it, it can become a hobby and a lifestyle for the rest of your life. I hope I helped you guys out today, and if you guys enjoyed this video, put a like on the video and comment down below. I love hearing your guys' stories, and I hope this helps you catch your first fish. We will see you guys in the next one. Peace.